A group of Smith County high schoolers looking to help the community. It's through Give or Girls Invested in Career Volunteer Efforts, which awarded its annual grant today. East Texas News Weekend's Michael Richardson reports how the organization brings folks together.
They're a group of high schoolers helping nonprofits throughout Smith County. And at the Holly Tree Country Club in Tyler Sunday afternoon, Give awarded around $19,000 to Trotter House Lindale, a pregnancy and family resource center. Teresa Strecker, the organization's secretary, says the grant will fund their ultrasound program for another year.
Despite the fact of having a brand new state-of-the-art machine, we still have to pay for 5 different insurance policies. We have to pay for the rent of the ultrasound room.
Give is an initiative of the Women's Fund of Smith County aimed at building leadership.
It's just a sense of community where we can all come together for a larger cause.
Our nonprofits are here, they're strong, but the need is never going to go away.
Zoe Lawhorn is president of the Women's Fund of Smith County. She mentions this was the first year with a formal grant application.
We think it's really important to raise up young girls who become women who understand that there are people out there that need our help.
For the high schoolers involved with Give, it's about building a sense of community.
Throughout the years, it's been a blessing to see how we get to put our minds together and help specific causes, whether it's in education, whether it's in human trafficking, but really narrowing in each year and helping a different nonprofit.
Michael Richardson, East Texas News Weekend.